There are a few different personality traits generally considered dark. These include narcissism, psychopathy, Machiavellianism, sociopathy, and sometimes borderline personality disorder. But is there one trait that runs underneath each of these? The dark core of personality is said to be just that. It was created as a trait to underlie all other dark personality traits, including vulnerable and regular narcissism, sociopathy, Machiavellianism, psychopathy, sadism, and sometimes borderline personality disorder. Generally, it can be defined as the tendency to maximize one's own goals, pleasure, and needs while disregarding or malevolently provoking the suffering of others, all the while holding beliefs that serve as justifications. In many people with dark personality traits, and especially in those that show the dark triad, the dark core can be seen running under the surface of their personalities. How severely this tendency towards selfishness affects them is called the D factor. Higher scores on this D factor suggest the appearance of behaviors and attitudes others find morally objectionable or questionable. Those with the dark core are likely to show one or more traits of the disorders outlined above. They may show narcissism, a lack of empathy, general callousness towards those around them, manipulative behavior, and sometimes the enjoyment of cruelty. If an individual shows all of these behaviors, it's extremely likely the dark core is running through their personality. It's important to note that most of the time, the dark core is uncovered after other, more specific traits have been shown. For one, more specific disorders and traits are easier to recognize, and for two, they usually display earlier than the dark core would be apparent. This shows that the dark core is not the cause of each trait, but rather a common part of each trait. If the dark core is identified, it doesn't mean the person will have all traits. In fact, it's much more likely they'll only have one or two. Research on the dark core was based originally on the dark triad and proposed that it could be broken down to its own trait called the D factor. However, this was disproven because it was shown that there is a common core of distinct traits that go along with each dark personality trait. Showing a dark core cannot be the root cause of the dark triad. Even still, the dark core can be used as a valuable tool for understanding those with dark personality traits, and especially those showing the dark triad. Do you know someone in your life that shows traits of the dark core or a dark personality trait? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear. Subscribe to Mindfully for more psychology content, and we'll see you next time.